Did Nocturna really need a buff? I mean, she's not the fastest. Like, if you stick with, like, Cutlass and stuff, I don't know. There are still changes that'll probably be made to her, but, yeah. Okie doke. Off and running any second. I even have a timer. There we go. So you'll see Saakas is off first. Moyuma a little bit behind. That's purely because Moyuma's in Japan, streaming to the Japan server, and it's pretty far away. It's all the way in Japan. But yeah, off and running. You can see those zone 5 rooms immediately. They can, in early levels, they can be a real pain, especially before you find any other kind of damage.
Yeah, a lot of racers kind of feel like the the meta is to stick with the safe Cutlass and try and find damage up, which they just did with that Ring of Might and the Bloodshot.
Yeah, that's a really nice find. So the 2 damage Cutlass becomes a much more inviting prospect. It looks like Moyuma's actually going to swap off of the Cutlass for a Spear, maybe valuing that throw. No, he's going back. I think he's realised. You're definitely way better off keeping that Cutlass for now.
Yeah, though, that is something we'll probably see over the course of this tournament with, the Nocturna meta being so fresh. We're going to see a lot of people kind of disagreeing on the, the correct approach, quote-unquote correct approach, just because there's not really an established way to play her yet. So we might see some people going for early swaps off the Cutlass, and we'll probably see people sticking with it the entire way through. Should be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Again, there's a lot of meta that we're yet to even discover around Nocturna, because this version of the game has only been, well, this version's only been out since yesterday, but the actual DLC has only been out since Tuesday, and there's just so much potential. Looks like Saakas here is going to go for luck.
Ooh. He was,
maybe.
I think,
maybe.
But missed it by a beat, and with no bombs or any freeze or anything like that, there's no way for him to catch that Leprechaun. So
yeah, bye Leprechaun.
Yeah, we're going to see some differences here, because it's going to render screen watching a little less useful, because Moyuma was successful in getting luck, and that's going to mean different chests.
Exactly. Well, but nothing on this one.
Yeah, taking a hit right at the end of the fight, so no flawless, while Saakas does get the flawless, so is going to get an item out of it. Passing on that last longsword. I think that's a wise decision, considering that he has the damage up Cutlass. I honestly probably would have checked the purple chest instead.
Yeah.
Moyuma going for Shrine of Darkness, though, so giving up that +1 damage. I'm not sure if he was considering that when he made that decision.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he was aware. So back to the 1 damage Cutlass, which is a slow weapon. You gotta just kind of scoot around things if you don't want to waste time, which is easier said than done when you have those zone 5 rooms to contend with. But for his Shrine of Darkness, he did manage to pick up Quartz Armor, so you'll never take more than a whole heart of damage. And the glass slippers, which they're kind of weird. Like, they're good, but they're kind of weird. I'm still not used to them not affecting tempo up and tempo down traps.
They ignore tempo traps?
I'm sure. No, wait, do I?
I thought that was just the spiked ears.
You know.
Saakas just kind of fist pumping Fortissimo, giving a little high five. And Fortissimo returns the favor by smashing him into the ground. Yeah, Notorious D.I.G. claims yet another victim, which is the best name for that song there could have been. Shoutouts to Ryan Clark on that one, actually. Pretty good, but seeing discussion about the new Earth Dragon in chat. Unfortunately, you won't be seeing any of those, because there's an unfortunate bug associated with it where when you hit it, well, the way you're
you may need to fill me in on that one, Spoody.
Yeah, Mac was one of the first ones to post about it, because this bug happened to him. So the way Earth Dragon works is the first time you hit it, it creates a big box of dirt walls surrounding you and the dragon, kind of trapping you into a mini arena sort of thing, restricting your movement. But if you're too close to the exit, those walls will go over the exit and delete it. So they kind of made an emergency patch to just remove them from the game for now until that can be addressed. So if you were hoping to see the new Earth Dragons in this tournament, unfortunately you're not in luck today.
Yeah, no, they were patched out pretty quickly as well. So shoutouts to Blue Blimp on that one. Managed to managed to get that patch out just so quickly.
It's just routine at this point. Literally everything that puts stuff on the floor has deleted exit stairs at some point in its lifespan. Hot coals, goo, potion rooms.
Yeah. Oh, and then, yeah, and the weird thing about it is that Blimp has said that, you know, they managed to fix the bug with Zone 4 generation where you would see wacky rooms, and that's what was overwriting some of the Zone 4 stairs as well, but obviously, like, the underlying issue is still there to a certain degree, but thankfully patched out.
I never really considered that, but yeah, Zone 4 generation has been a lot less wonky since the DLC came out, come to think of it.
Yeah, I think it was, you'd think he mentioned it was, you know, one of the earlier things that he fixed when he was doing the actual bug fixes, because, you know, some of those Zone 4s were just awful, truly awful. I'll never forget when Steak posted that video showing him just no exit stairs at all.
Moyuma getting stuck in this deep lose fight with a double queen setup coming up to him, but he is on the right side, which meant that all he had to do to resolve that was step down. Enemies that can move in all 8 directions have right as their lowest priority. They'll try to move either vertical before moving right. So if you just wiggle up and down when you've got a wall of queens like that on the right side, they'll form themselves into a nice horizontal line for you to take out. But if you keep moving up, then it's
you're in
it's
trouble.
Not gonna work out.
Yeah, sometimes those queens can really get you. But, oh, that's a nice pickup. Is that a Titanium Rapier or a Base Rapier? I can't quite see.
It looks like base to me. It's kind of hard to tell with the, you know, with lower stream quality, but...
Yeah, exactly.
Popping that Cursed Potion, too.
An interesting move. It's pretty early, but without the Cutlass, I can understand doing it. You know, you don't actually have that protection from damage.
No, that is a Titanium Rapier. That just did 2 damage.
Yeah, there we go. Answers that question. So for anyone, again, that doesn't know, Ring of Frost, whenever you hit an enemy, they will freeze if you don't kill them. And then if you hit them again whilst they're frozen, they will die. It does stack with freeze spell as well. So it can be a very, very powerful ring. Especially useful if you are running a lower damage weapon. You know, you're killing everything in at least 2 hits.
Very powerful with that synergy with that Frost Charm he's got right now too.
Yeah, exactly. You might see him pop that offensively just to try and get through a nastier floor a little bit.
I don't think we'll see that. We're seeing a lot of really cautious play here. I say that as he gets Boots of Leaping, although Transmog's past it.
Yeah, probably not gonna be doing.
Also
like
picking
I said.
up the new Shovel of Strength there, which gives you +1 damage and also makes your digs big.
Exactly, big dig.
And in Zone 4, it makes them really big. Like you dig 1 tile and you'll dig out in a line of 5, you'll dig out whip range tiles.
Yeah, it's actually pretty spooky. You got to be careful. But
it really ups the potential to get huge swarms in Zone 4. A little bit in Zone 5 too, but especially Zone 4.
Yeah, which is the nice thing, because again, it's a shovel that's giving you +1 damage, and the big digs aren't... It's nice that they're not necessarily just a straight upside, unlike with something like, you know, Ring of Might, you get +1 damage and that's it. There's no other side effects to it.
One thing I will say that I'm not sure I'm a fan of is that Moyuma stopped the boot transmog at Levitation, which, you know, protects you from goo for the rest of Zone 4, but when you get to Zone 5, that Levitation is a downside. It'll protect you against, like, the water balls, but that's a pretty small benefit for giving up the ability to use the conduits.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
That said, there's Explorer Boots.
He's not going to grab them, though.
Straight upgrade. It's a straight upgrade.
Man, I can't remember. Do lead boots let you use the conduit? I imagine no.
Yes, they do.
They should
as
not.
As long as you're grounded, you can use the conduit.
Okay. Yeah, I think you gotta. Yeah, that should not be a thing.
You can see right there, standing over the conduit there, with that electric zombie, would have been able to kill him normally, but without the power of the conduit, with those levitation boots, not able to do so. Gotta push the zombies off the conduit to be able to kill them at all.
Yeah, you can see a lot of conservative play here from Moyuma, and actually something that I'm not sure we picked up on when he just hit 5-1 is he actually placed down his bomb spell just to see, because he picked up a grenade charm and obviously just didn't quite know whether the grenade charm also turned your bomb spell bombs into grenades too. That was something that got me pretty early, that being a thing. And yeah, he's just not even using the grenades at all. That's fair. They can be super useful, but wow.
Oh yeah, fireball scroll right there. Just gonna let him put this race away. So that's GG. Round 1 goes to Moyuma with a 940.
Yeah, GG. Not the fastest run in the world. Really wasn't under much pressure though. Saakas with the early death. He's up 1-0. It is a best of 3, so Moyuma needs to win one more to progress. Saakas is playing for the tournament life here. Eagle says it's conductive, but not highly conductive. That's good enough for me. At Ryan, make it so.
Yeah, I think Saakas for the first half of that race was generally tending to go for more aggressive play, and would have, had he been able to keep himself alive, probably would have been able to take it. But I think a little bit over aggressive bat play. Like as long as you're in the the humanoid form, you have that safety buffer of if you take a nasty hit that would normally kill you, you're gonna revert to bat form. You're gonna live with that half a heart of HP.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, being really aggressive, just trying to like mash into Fortissimo to end the fight quickly. Kind of brought him that first death, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah,
so kind of needs to, I think, rein it in a little bit, slow down a bit, be a little more conservative when he's in that bat form.
Yeah, bat form again. You're very much a glass cannon. Once you go into bat form, if you're surrounded, then generally your days are numbered. You got to be really conservative about when you're using it. You got to basically be sure that you're not going to take a monstrous number of hits. Timer's a little late. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, glass cannon in more ways than one. For those who don't know, the bat fangs deal this pretty much function exactly like a glass dagger, minus the breakable aspect of it. It's a 4 damage short range weapon.
Ooh, this is a really nice start, actually. I'm not seeing... Yeah, Moyuma's going to see it as well. Oh, so here's your choice. Do you want a map or do you want a blood shop? Looks like both are going to go for the map. I think that... Oh, wait, no. Moyuma's going to go for the miner's cap. Oh, boy.
And just like we saw last seed with one player on luck and one player off luck, that's going to create some instability as far as the items are concerned. We're still not entirely sure how that plays with the how the space shrine plays with the chest. Sometimes you see the same things with space or no space. Sometimes you see completely different things. It's a little weird. It
just kind of happens. But yeah, like Spoody said, you're going to see a fair bit of divergence here in terms of items. The layouts obviously are going to be totally different as well. I haven't seen a Shrine of Space Zone 5, so if Moyuma manages to make it all the way, I'm sure we're going to see some fun stuff.
Sokka's kind of missing out on an easy opportunity there. The King Konga fight is an excellent place to switch to bat form and regen some health, because while you're in bat form, every 5 kills you get will heal you for half a heart. It's like having a blood weapon plus Crown of Thorns. And the Conga lines, if you're going to be taking the time to fight the Conga lines, you may as well convert to bat form and top your health off.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's
sitting there with the Cutlass. Yeah, he's still going to be missing that heart going into Zone 2.
Yeah, it's one of these things. I think it's just going to be a case of getting into the habit of it. I think for a lot of us, the boss fights are a case of you do what you know. So I can understand why Saakas maybe not switching to bat form there, but definitely objectively the better play. It'll just be a case of you got to get to grips with everything.
Okay, and it looks like we still see a little bit of like the Zone 5 bits over writing closets, because those 3 bombs are just kind of sitting out there. But Sokka's making the decision to pick up Karate Gi here.
Yeah, a little bit brave, I suppose. Actually, with the Cutlass, it's not quite as spooky. You're able to parry a lot of attacks. So I don't totally hate it. I think I'm just scared because, oh god, Karate Gi. Just that kind of overrating thought.
Yeah, I was actually about to say though, and it looks like he's aware of it, but The Cutlass Parry isn't all powerful. There are some things it can't block, and well, by that I basically mean it only blocks direct physical attacks. I was a little concerned that Saakas was going to try and just mash towards the exit there with that purple mushroom sitting there, and he would have been really disappointed if Saakas just swapped to Obsidian Whip.
That's a decision. I don't agree with that. This is and the trapdoor. Okay, Saakas, if you can pull this off, I'll be very impressed. Yep, that's always the concern. If you're going to take Karate Gi, it's such a scary item. You really have to stick with your Cutlass, I feel, especially at this point. And like, of all the whips, a blueberry whip, and
they're walking into a fire elemental. Down he goes.
Yeah, down goes Saakas. So back to the start. Moyuma on the other side, along with that Miner's Cap, ring a piece. So really kind of comfortable, despite having the Miner's Cap, which is going to crack open a lot of rooms. Nothing much else in his build to speak of besides that. Got a good shovel, got a bomb spell, but apart from that, and a couple of bombs, he's running a pretty minimal build, all things considered.
Yeah, but that ring of peace is really quite powerful. Ooh, walking into some damage from that devil though. But yeah, ring of peace, just being an item that kind of, just adjusted the difficulty slider down in the game.
I'm
trying to step back from that Evil Eye, though. Evil Eyes lunge a pretty sizable distance, 3 tiles if you want to be specific. So just stepping back from them when they're ready to charge is not what you want to do.
I'm confused, though, because he stepped back okay and then hit it once and then got hit a second time. So
I'm guessing maybe he was mixing up the Evil Eye colors. He thought it had 1 HP.
Possibly,
and just thought it was dead and stepped back from it.
Yeah, okay, quite possibly. It's the only thing that would really make sense.
And it makes a lot of sense, especially with the, Zone 5 enemies being so new. There's just a lot of, unfamiliarity.
Exactly, there's a lot to keep track of.
Correctly using the transform on the stairs, though, to save the half a heart of blood cost from the transform spell.
Exactly.
Although that said, immediately shifting back into bat form to fight Coral Rift, wanting to one-shot those tentacles.
Yeah, definitely the good decision here. You're going to save you a fair bit of time. Again, you can't use your items, but you could have used that bomb spell to maybe get a little bit of a faster Coral Rift kill here. Didn't cost him that much time. He's not under much pressure with Saakas back in Zone 2, so you can understand him not doing it. Oh, there's a glass cat there. You should probably not touch that ever.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would be checking the black chest in this situation. With such a huge lead, I think I want to stick with the safety of the Cutlass and maybe check the purple chest for like a heal spell or something, or maybe the red chest for some
just
sort of utility item, like a torch or a grenade charm or a frost charm or something like that.
Let's see. Oh, that's
interesting. A weight bomb spell, getting some chicken there.
Not a bad transmute at all things considered. Oh, sorry,
the kind of annoying thing about bat form and the Ring of Peace is that items don't affect you while in bat form, so every time he transforms into bat form, he's losing that 4th heart container, and it's coming back as empty.
Yeah, this is something I mentioned earlier. It happened to me in one of my runs. It's like, oh, I'm a bat. Oh, I've got peace. Yeah, it's one of these things that'll be fixed at some point, I'm sure, just because it's a bit of a meme. But yeah, so far Moyuma kind of just. Oh, that's
it has the money to afford it too.
Oh man! Oh, didn't see the shop wall.
Has the money to afford it, but it's gonna kill the shopkeeper anyway to get this warhammer. And maybe these sunglasses.
No, gonna stick with a Miner's Cap. I
think that's fine.
It's okay. It's a little spooky, Again, still not under a huge amount of pressure. You definitely don't want that. Just leave that alone.
Yeah, I think Moyuma, knowing that he's got a lot of time to play with. Saakas looks like he went down again at some point because he's just on Congo 1 again at 1 minute on his in-game clock. So, ooh. That is one of the things you have to watch out for with Warhammer, though, especially with Nightmares. You can get into some really awkward situations with the with Warlocks,
yeah,
because of the extreme range that Warhammer has.
Nightmares will hide all kinds of nasty things from you, and it's no more obvious than when you have a Warhammer. Oh, Moyuma taking a couple of hits here, hit that confused trap and wasn't quite able to...
Oh, there we go again with the Warlocks.
Yeah, Warlocks, Warhammer. If you know what you're if you can be fully cognizant and know what you're doing, then they can be fantastic. He's going to take the Rapier here, so super fast. Not as safe. Oh, taking damage there. Moyuma's got to be careful here. Taking a lot of hits on this floor so far.
Not really having good awareness of his the state of his multiplier. Just multiple hits in there where he took damage because he was dealing less damage than he thought he was.
Yeah, you really do got to be on top of that with the obsidian weapons. There we go. That's how you say that.
But hey, I don't hate the switch to obsidian rapier here. Warhammer, like almost immediately after taking it, resulted in me taking lots of damage. So just kind of going, you know what? Let's just go back to a weapon I have experience with. I know how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
And we know is powerful. Like we know obsidian rapier is one of, if not the strongest weapon in the game. So, at least for speed.
Yeah, exactly. It's spooky how good it is. Double damage on a lunge. You're doing between 1 and 3 damage. Generally 3. It's just such a good weapon. And someone like Moyuma, who was in Season 4 and has been around the racing community for a long time now, will know that weapon like the back of his hand.
Now, might know the weapon, but Zone 5 maybe a little bit less.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of chip damage here. I mean, he's got the heavy plate, so it's only... half a heart plinks every time, but that damage adds up, and he's looking pretty low on health.
Yeah, heart and a half here. If I'm him, I'm definitely checking this shop. You have a 2-zone lead. Oh, you know what would have been a good idea there if he'd known would have been using that Wraith. Oh, is the shopkeeper dead? Oh, my bad, sorry. Yeah, so he is. Yeah, he killed in Zone 4. Yeah, using that Wraith there might not have been a bad idea. So the new yellow Wraiths, they only appear in Zone 5, and they don't do any actual damage. What they do is they convert your red heart containers into cursed hearts. Cursed hearts, they go away once they're emptied. You can't, you don't get a cursed heart container. You can heal them into normal hearts, but, yeah, there was no real reason not to in a bit of time, but Moyuma gets through it. Easy death metal kill, even with all those.
Yeah, Obsidian Rapier is the easiest death metal kill you can ask for, short of having just flat out, 9 or more damage in one shot. Just one poke and then a lunge and he's dead, and so that's GG to Moyuma.
Yeah, GG. Moyuma pulling out the 2-0 victory. He's going on to the semi-finals. 2-0 win over Saakas. GG to both of these racers. Let me just switch over